Hey guys, I am back with another video. Self-care. The topic of self-care. If you don't take care, we got to take care of ourselves and each other, because we are all we got. Literally, we are all we got. Once we are gone, there's no coming back. And that starts with self-care. I did literally this morning was self-care rituals 101. I began by praying, getting in my closet, like waking up, journaling to God, talking to God. That's one thing that that's the tip top of my list when I wake up. So I did that. I also just attended a self-care seminar. And I want to just talk about the pitfalls of not taking that self-care moment for yourself and throwing yourself all in for just the world, jobs, people, and putting yourself last. As you guys know, I have been gone for a while. For my older subscribers, my MVPs, my VIPs of this channel, and so I want to catch you up on that and explain why self-care is beginning to be forefront of my brain outside of my profession. So within the last month and a half, I have been diagnosed with 2 illnesses that I did not have prior to needing to take a step back from the world and taking care of myself. So the first one was, what is it called? I know I take iron pills for it. Oh, iron deficiency, anemia. Anemia, that's what it is. Iron deficiency anemia. It's not sickle cell, it's just iron deficiency. So it can be reversed. And so it is from not eating, aka stress, because you have 2 stress responses, 2 stress things that you do. Either you will overeat or you won't eat enough, and mine was the latter, not eating enough. So not eating enough, I wasn't getting enough nutrients, but I was having like fainting spells. I would have fainting spells at work as of late, like really, really bad. They started the beginning of the year and like continued, and I'm like, what's going on? And so I learned that I had this anemia, and that I'm not getting enough oxygen to my blood cells and to my brain. So I'm like having these fainting spells, and I didn't attribute it to stress right away. I was like, okay, I need to eat more. Let me change my diet. Let me eat stuff with more iron in it or whatever. Until I got diagnosed with my second stress-related illness. And it was related to the first one, the anemia, the iron deficiency. So I was like, one day I woke up and I had like a sore spot in the front of my head. I'm like, okay, my head is sore. So I'm rubbing and I feel bump and skin, not scab, like skin, silky smooth skin. I'm like, now I know my forehead is big, but my hairline ain't all the way back there. I look in the mirror, the sore spot is silky smooth bald, like somebody plucked some hair out of my head. I'm like, oh shoot, my hair literally just fell out. Literally just fell out. It was hair there the other day. And so I didn't have time. Of course, I work. So I don't have time to set appointments for myself. So I'm like, let me set an online appointment. I sent the pictures in of my hair. Of course, I have been struggling to grow these 2 back over the years. And I'm like, maybe it's traction alopecia because I braid hair and I've been braiding my hair for years. This side has slowly started to grow back. I'm praying over this side. I'm praying over this. God can do all things. So I got my results back, y'all, and lo and behold, I thought it was traction alopecia. It is alopecia areata. If you guys know what alopecia areata is below, please comment and let me know some things. I'm learning things, but I know that I read it can be related to the iron deficiency, and it is an autoimmune response, bodily response, and it's stress related. And I'm like, oh shoot, it's related to my iron deficiency, and I'm stressed out. I am stressed out. So I'm like, I got 2 illnesses. I already knew, and I've made videos about self-care, and I talked about like if you don't take care of yourself and you stress, it's going to show up in your body in a physical way. But I never thought that it would happen to me. Yeah, it's been happening to family members, high blood pressure, all this stuff from your heart overworking. But I'm like, oh shoot, it's happening to me. And so my stress, I feel it in the back of my neck. It burns. Neck and shoulders, it burns. So that's when I know that I'm stressed out. And I've been doing much better with the anxiety, like the heart pounding, racing. I've been doing well with that. Like I haven't been feeling that at all. Well, much to where it's noticeable anymore. But the stress in the back of the neck, it starts burning. And so I've been breathing, but I'm like, oh, my body is taking on, something showed up on my phone. I'm like, my body is taking on this stress and my hair falling out. And I'm falling out with this iron deficiency. So I decided, I'm like, oh, this self-care got to start today. If it don't start today and I'm only 31 years old, I am going to be a vegetable. You're a vegetable. Hey, you. Like, I'm going to be a vegetable if I don't take care of myself. Like, knowing that high blood pressure runs in the family, and those are not even the two things that I was diagnosed with. Oh, baby girl, sit down somewhere. And I have been putting myself on the forefront. So the prayer comes along with it, and I've been trying to minimize my running on caffeine without drinking caffeine, me running around like I'm on the Energizer Bunny. And so I just got out of a session, a seminar, basically a self-care seminar, and it was very helpful. It was reassuring to know that some of the things that I have already put into progress is what I'm doing, and the things that I dedicated myself to is what I'm going to continue doing. So this is one of them. I talked about in my breakout group that I'm very creative. Hence the pictures that I drew, even though these are taken from some other artists, I drew these freehand. I just looked at them on the screen and drew them. I didn't draw that one though, and it's more over there on this side. But I do the YouTube. Y'all know I would take breaks from YouTube a long time. That's when I'm going through something mentally. What else? I braid hair. I do a lot of stuff with my hands. I'm very creative with my hands. But I noticed that when I'm listening to music, all of that, y'all, when I'm stressed, I drop all of my creativity. And what I said in my breakout room was, I'm dedicating myself to talking through my stress, talking through my stresses when I don't want to be as creative, because I feel defeated when I look back and I'm like, I've lost time. And how do I get that time back? And I'm getting that time back now. I'm blessed that I've been getting more followers. Thank y'all. Y'all are amazing. Y'all don't know how excited I am when I see them, like, I got another follower. But I'm dedicating me taking the time to continue doing this filming, to continue. I'm going to be doing my podcast, and so sometimes I'm just going to drop my link in my community post, you guys. So definitely click on those links, please, to hear more about everything that I talk about on these videos. Is going to be an extension on my podcast, which is Podbean. Y'all, please subscribe, follow that as well. Those are my two social medias. Well, my two motivational social medias that I have. In my Instagram, I'm going to keep, and those are the only three that I'm on. But that was what inspired my post this morning about what do you do for self-care. You guys comment under that picture and this video, what do you do for self-care to when you feel yourself stressing? What are your stresses? How does your body feel? And what is something that you do to take care of yourself? And do you take care of yourself? I am a whole social worker out here in these streets. I am licensed school social worker. I am LMSW. I'm speaking that into existence, and LCSW, I'm speaking that into existence. I don't have the clinical hours for that, and I'm going to be taking the test for the LMSW again. I'm going to pass it in Jesus' name. But you guys comment below, and I can make more videos about self-care and how you can identify stresses in your body. But I would love to know, do you even take the time for yourself at work? Do you take your PTO? Do you take time for you? And when you do take time for you, what do you do in that downtime? Like, what are your hobbies? What are things you like to do? And You guys, let's just get this conversation rolling, because it is so important. It is so important for us to reverse the illnesses that we don't have to have when we become older. We accept them because we're like, oh, my mom, my grandma, my great grandma had these illnesses, but we don't have to have them. Some of them are from stressors, outside stressors. So I want to make sure we curb this thing, even if my voice is one of a million. And let's get this conversation started. I will be back with another video. I love you guys. Love you long time. Make sure you take care of yourselves and each other. We are all we got. Love you guys. See y'all back in another video. Bye.